to great. There is no other option.
And your NCAA champion, Robbie Cruz.
We're going back to Omaha!
Play a high level of basketball and a game that's fun to watch.
We are a team, capital letters, team.
He's now called national champion, which is really neat.
Now we're making it happen out there. Let's finish this thing on the field.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by GEICO, the Virginia Athletics Foundation, the Virginia Lottery, and by UVA Health System.
On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly,
when you get to this stage of the year, it's really about us and trying to impose our will.
Bub on the near wing left, dribbles to the right hand, now he tacks down the lane, floats it up with the right hand, he gets the shot to go with a foul!
Welcome to the Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm Matt Nelson from the wrestling team. And I'm Nick Nelson from the wrestling team. We have a lot of great highlights on today's show. Let's first take a look at the men's basketball game against Clemson.
Two teams giving up the fewest points of any teams in the ACC this year. Evans goes into the lane, puts up a runner, and he hits the first points of the night. Virginia goes ahead 2-0. Here comes Virginia on the other end of the floor. Brogdon to the top of the circle. Pump fake, shovels a pass to Zaglinski. Near corner right. 3-ball on the way. It's good. So Zaglinski zeroes in and evens the game at 7 points apiece. Hard go of things against Virginia in his career. Here's the turnover. There's that arm. Is the pass for Harris unable to be corralled. Smith comes up with it and lays it in on the other side.
If you look at the stat sheet, the telltale number is those 18 turnovers in a game with this many or this few possessions. That's 18 times we don't get a chance to get a shot.
21-17 our score. Virginia trailing by 4, but with a basketball. Joe Harris feeds over to Evans on the far wing left. Now to Scott. He uncorks a jumper from the free throw line, a couple steps back, and he just bangs it home. Cavaliers have been trailing by 2 for the last couple minutes. Nobody's been able to find the scoreboard. Evans backs it out to Scott. He's between the rings with 1:32 to go in the half. Brogdon alone from 3. He drills the three-pointer from the near side right in the corner. Coming off the bench here this evening, he takes the feed in the low block, spins around his man, goes up, reverse side, lays it in off the window.
Very impressive under the basket move by the young freshman.
Well, the shot clock is off. Evans takes it into the lane, puts up a high teardrop, and he swishes it through from 13 feet out.
He's improving. He really is. And he's making pretty good decisions, and he's so powerful and quick that he can get to the lane, and he's worked on his touch.
Evans on the far wing right, takes the top of the circle, knifes his way to the lane, puts up a runner that hangs on the rim and falls. So Jontel Evans is really starting to perfect that runner in traffic. Tigers with another opportunity. Tanner Smith will feed it out to Jennings. His three-pointer is up, and this time he's pure as he hits his first of the night. Tigers on the other end look to set it up with Booker on the far wing left now. Passes it out to Jennings. Jennings sends near side right to Hall. Entry pass down low to Booker. He gets behind Atkins and throws it down with a jam up close. Virginia on the other end of the floor, trailing by 5, 44-39, 8:03 to go. Zaglinski pump fakes now to Evans. Evans drives with the left hand, takes it to the low block, into traffic. He powers his way through the land of trees and lays it in off the window again. 7:34 and counting now. Tigers trying to extend that lead again. Smith leans into his man, has the ball taken away by Brogdon. Brogdon with it, numbers going the other way, feeds ahead to Evans. Evans up and under, can't make the shot, but the rebound from Harris. He had the ball slapped away. No whistle, no foul. Tony Bennett is red hot. Tanner Smith going the other way. He's in transition as he scoops to the hoop and lays it in. So perhaps Virginia got caught looking for the whistle.
I thought our guy got bumped, and so I thought, boy, that was big.
Tigers, an opportunity now to stretch out a 46-41 lead as Jennings is defended by Mitchell. Could be a pivotal moment in this game. Can Virginia hunker down and come up with a much-needed stop here? As Andre Young is defended by Zaglinski. Works around a screen from Booker. Now he's got it on the near wing right. Feeds it to the corner. Hall drives baseline. Puts up a tough shot in traffic. Can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Now it's Booker laying it in with a foul up close.
He took advantage of us getting a little worn down, I thought. He was real physical, ducked in hard, and his physicality showed. I thought he was really a man out there, and made a play with his 3 offensive rebounds. Again, we didn't give up as many offensive rebounds, but the 2 or 3 were very costly to us if we were going to try to at least stay attached and be in that game.
So Glinski's at the top of the arc, stops his dribble, feeds to Harris. Harris will give it right back to Sam. He's at the top of the arc, 3:27 to go. Now to Harris, all alone, 3-pointer on the way. That's too strong.
It certainly affects him. We got him some looks, but he'll get used to that. He'll get better, and it's the best we can do. I'm just thankful he could get out there and give us some minutes, but he wasn't himself, and I didn't expect him to be.
They've got that 9-point lead. It almost seems insurmountable the way Virginia's offense has gone into a slump here of late. Jennings sends it down low. Booker gets behind Mike Scott and lays it in off the window up close.
Our schedule's tough. The team certainly that we're playing, we've been on the road, so there's every game out is going to be a battle. But with the injury to Joe and the numbers we have, there's we can try different rotations, but there's some challenges there. But we'll keep working at it. And we still got some good basketball left in us. I know that.
This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by GEICO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back to the show. This Saturday, the men's basketball team will host its rival, Maryland. Let's take a look at the preview.
Hey, Wahoo fans, Coach Bennett here. It's always good to be before you, and I want to always thank you for your support and really implore you to give us everything you got for this next home game against Maryland. Hard to believe there's 3 home games left. I know we've got a sellout crowd for Saturday's game, and we're going to need to bring great passion. I told our guys today before practice that when you get to this stage of the year, it's really about us and trying to impose our will on the game and being as tough as we can and not deviating from that. We get a lot of that passion and toughness from the crowd, and now that we're back at home after 2 road games, that can energize us, and I think that's important. It really is, because we have to be so good in every area to come away with one. We understand that with our injuries, with some of the things that have gone on. We need that passion, so thanks for giving it, and I implore you to give it even harder and even more. As I've been telling our players, give us more. I want to keep asking that from you guys too. Let's take a look at the Maryland basketball squad here, and it starts with their prolific scoring guard, who's a lefty, I might add, which isn't a bad thing, but Terrell Stoglin, who is really taking the league by storm with his ability to score the basketball. And let's take a look statistically at him. 23 points a game. I think the last game, in this game, he was 7 of 9 from 3. But as I've said about other good guards, they're not one-dimensional, and that would be the case with him. He can. He's got a mid-range floater. He's got the three-point ball. He scores in transition, and they run a lot of actions for him, a lot of ball screens. But he can manufacture his own points. So we'll take a look at. Saw some clips of him. Shane Mosley's having a really good year as a senior. He's really developed his game. He's shooting the ball well from 3, and that's something that you're seeing more from him. And again, he can take you down low, but also stretch you out. Is very good from the free throw line. So let's look at some of his clips. A veteran player who's physical and strong. There's the 3 ball where you got to guard him out there. Whereas before, he wasn't as much of a threat. Kind of has evolved a little bit like Mike Scott has evolved his outside shooting game. He's become real good with his deep ball. And again, has an ability to drive and shoot the mid-range shots. Again, a good scoring offensive team. A real physical player inside, James Padgett, who is a very good offensive rebounder. We're not showing you any clips of his offensive rebounding, but just physical and tough. And he's going to obviously work you out on the glass. But he's doing a nice job for him. And again, we only choose to show you, 3 guys. They have a 7-footer that is a freshman who is very active and mobile, and Lynn. And again, a team that has offensive firepower. Those are just 3 of the guys. Now, offensively, a lot of people say, what's different about Maryland this year than under Coach Williams? And I think this year what you see is they're obviously running stuff for Stoglin, but they're setting a lot more ball screens. They're really trying to get people scoring opportunities off ball screens. And with every good team and, a team that scores a lot, certainly they're going to go in transition. So that's the key for us, is the ability to get back. And they're going to shoot quick threes in transition, they're going to try to test you in the paint and get after it that way. But again, if Stoglin gets it in transition, he's pushing, and he's looking to make the play, whether it's a shot or an assist. Again, here's the ball screen action I was talking about. You'll see multiple ball screens, unless they change it for our game, but they'll spread the floor and come out, and you're going to have to be good in your ball screen defense because they certainly do a good job, and they can put pressure on you that way. Again, with the floor spaced, and then the ability to kick it out after they get inside. They'll split the ball screen. You've seen John Tell and Sammy do that at times for us, but it puts pressure on your ability, team defense, to play good on-ball defense, make sure that your other people are involved in the play, and that seems to be noticeable compared to last year's teams where they're more of a pattern running the flex with Coach Williams. So again, we're excited for the opportunity, and as I started it, I'll end it. Cheer loud for us, and the guys will play their hearts out for you. Thanks again for your support, and we'll look forward to talking to you again.
This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by UVA Health System, dedication beyond measure.
Welcome back to the show. Our women's basketball team hosted Clemson. Here's the game story.
Franklin to Moore. Moore left to right in transition, explodes and dumps off to Shine. The jumper good, right side of the lane. Corner to Mason. Mason skips it top of the key to Lindsay and has her pass deflected and stolen by Moore. Out to Shine with 3 to shoot. To Moore, a little double clutch runner is good from the left baseline. Gerson throws to Egwood at the free throw line. Dumps it left baseline to Shine. 10-foot jumper. Splash it home. Beautiful offense from the Cavaliers.
We were just aggressive. We said that from the start that we were going to be aggressive for 40 minutes, and I think, we did just that.
Gramlich on the left wing was hard to bounce pass it to Dixon. It's stolen by Gerson again. She'll give it to Wolf in transition. A little up and under move. Kiss it high off the window and good. 16-5, Virginia by 11. 1-2-2 zone for Virginia in the full court. They get it to Petaway and has it knocked away from behind by Moore. Back to Dixon and whips it inside to Petaway. The right-hand scoop banks a laser off the glass and in. Move back out to Moore. Back to Egwu. Inside left block. Turnaround hook good off the window. And the foul. Gives back to Dunn at the top of the key. Now to Dixon. One dribble pull-up. Left wing is good again for 3. Tough shot. Definitely kept them in the game. They give it to Shine. Left baseline, turnaround jumper, drops it in again. It's a pretty looking shot.
She had a lot of confidence tonight on the offensive end of the floor. And so it was good to see. Again, like you said, you want to be playing your best basketball down the stretch. And so it was really good for her to come out and be that aggressive with her offense.
Left baseline, Shine. A 10-foot jumper, drops in another one.
The good thing about this team is everybody contributes in different ways, and the scoring and offensive flow, I guess, falls on different people's shoulders on different nights. And tonight, I guess I was just in the flow, but I think the team overall did a great job of finding me and a great job of contributing as well. It was a pretty good stat sheet for the night, I think, overall.
So he'll dribble to the top of the circle and give it to Wolf on the left wing. Pull-up jumper left side of the lane, bang! Bounce pass to Ford on the right baseline. The little reverse layup erased by Simone Egwu. Touch pass to Wolf. Looking for Egwu in the lane. Drop step, left hand hook. Drop step to the middle and drops it in.
That was pretty offense right there.
Tease Ford's pass deflected by Pitts. Now to Gerson. Another steal. Gerson dumps it off left baseline. Moore, 10-foot jumper, splash. All cylinders for Virginia. Rolling from the John Paul Jones Arena.
We've been talking about we have 5 games left, and we're just checking them off one by one here. Checked Clemson off, and all we're focusing on right now is Maryland Thursday night. It would be a huge win for us, and I think that we're very capable of doing that, and that's what we're going to practice and prepare for, is to win.
Coming up after the break. This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by the Virginia Athletics Foundation. You are the foundation.
This week, after much anticipation, the women's lacrosse begins their season. Let's take a look at a preview of this year's team.
Well, we're really excited with the returning players. Not only are they great players and people, but they're even playing the best that they've played so far. So, they give us a lot to work with, and they've really welcomed the newcomers to the squad as well. So they've kind of set the tone and led the way, and everyone's really doing a great job. We've got some dynamic players, and we've got some newcomers in there that are going to look to chip in as well. We've moved a couple of our attackers into the midfield, so it will look different, although a lot of the same players will be playing. They'll all have different roles, so hopefully we've got a little bit more firepower, a little bit more consistency, and really create the ability for everyone to shine. Kim Kalarick is doing a great job in the goal, but right behind her is Liz Colgan, who is not giving up easily. So I think that's great for our whole team to have such great competition going on in that goalkeeping spot. But certainly Kim and Liz are two of the best goalkeepers in the country. Kim has the advantage with that experience. The team believes in her, but the team also believes in Liz, so we'll see how that goes. I think we always kind of start with the end in mind, knowing where we want to be and then trying to plan backwards from that. It's Jessie Morgan's second year. It's Colleen Shears, I think 16th year. Jess Wilk has joined our staff. Kendall McBurdy is back helping us out with the goalkeeper. So we had more people to kind of help us out, trying to figure out what comes first, how long do we need to take on this before we build to the next part. So we just have a lot more lacrosse minds and great coaches on the staff, and that made it even more exciting to prepare for our preseason. But obviously we start with the end in mind, knowing what we want to do, knowing we want to be fresh, sharp, strong, fast, and disciplined in the end. So those are the pieces that we need to build our program with right in the beginning. I think we're going to be fighters. I think we're going to be tough, and we're going to be resilient, and we're just going to let the chips fall where they may through just working hard and staying in the moment. I think we're going to be fast and dynamic at times, and probably have to gut through some other moments along the way. But really, all in all, this is a resilient team. They're tough. They love lacrosse. They love each other, and they love Virginia. So I think we've got the makings for a great season ahead of us.
Last week, our women's tennis team hosted the ITA national team indoors. Let's take a look at some of the matches our boys had.
Playing this level of competition, it's all positive, really. You want to win, but I leave here, recognizing how strong these teams are, and we're right there with them. Even as much as Northwestern kind of got on top of us, we still fight, and that match is still close. It just didn't ultimately go our way at the end, but credit to them. Georgia Tech fought so hard that where we had them kind of put away, we almost had to do it more than once, and I think we showed that we were willing to stick with it there. Clearly Georgia Tech's going to be a top 15, probably top 10 team most of the year, so that's a good level.
We came back from New York and made a goal for ourselves that we need to really work on our doubles play. We made leaps and bounds of progress in the last couple weeks before this tournament to really improve the doubles. So I think that was a big positive for us now. We just need to work on doing the same thing for the singles coming up.
even though we've lost 2 matches and won 1, we're still playing great tennis, and we can be one of those teams that takes the next step and improves a little bit, and then we'll be probably ahead of most of them. So we're in a good position. It's tough right now, but I hope our team really believes what we just talked about, which is we've made progress. We're better than we were at the start of the season, and we do believe that we have the ways to get even better moving on in the next week or so.
Thank you for watching the Cavalier Sports Weekly. We have some great home matches this week, so come on out and support the Cavaliers. We conclude our home season on Sunday hosting Old Dominion in George Mason at Mem Gym. Men's lacrosse hosts VMI in Stony Brook at Klockner Stadium. Baseball hosts William & Mary and Monmouth, both at Davenport. Women's lacrosse hosts Richmond on Wednesday. Softball opens their home season with the Cavalier Invitational. Women's basketball welcomes Wake Forest to the JPJ on Friday, and men's basketball hosts North Carolina on Saturday. We'll be back next week with another episode of Cavalier Sports Weekly. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Nelson. And I'm Nick Nelson. And until next time, go Hoos! Woo! Yes, nailed it. Great job. Great job. Great job. Good stuff out there, guys. Great stuff.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by GEICO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools. And by the UVA Health System, dedication beyond measure. And by the Virginia Athletics Foundation. You are the foundation.